Thank you, Beta. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Beta. Good morning. So, let's start with a thought. To succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion to your goal. What does that mean, Beta? What is your mission? What you want to become in your life? That is your mission, right, Beta?
Yes,
In short, today's mission. Let's not talk about life right now. Let's talk. We are very young. We are very small. Let's talk about what is the mission of today. What are we going to do today? What is the proposal? How we want to pass our time today? You understand? And how do you feel about it? How do you go about it to accomplish your mission? It could be XYZ, beta. Some people want to finish the homework, some people want to help mama, some people want to do the painting, the drawing. That is goal. You understand what I'm trying to say? Whatever you're
yes,
good at, whatever makes you happy, you think that yes, today I'm going to do this. That becomes your mission. Simple. So some people have mission at very young age that yes, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I want to be an architect, I want to be a painter, XYZ. So some people think early, some people think late. So it does not mean that you don't have a mission. When we take birth in this world, we come with a purpose. Right, beta? We should not
yes,
waste our life. We should not waste our life. Do you understand? Because life is
yes,
once. Life is once. So let's make the most of it. It has to be having a purpose. Why do we wake up in the morning? Simple, to do something, isn't it, beta? Do we wake up in the morning for doing nothing? Tell me. Tell me,
mm,
beta. We should have some purpose behind it, isn't it? Why do we wake up in the morning that we have to do this the whole day? There is a schedule and that you have to follow. Then otherwise there is no tomorrow. Why will you get up? If I don't have any work to do, why should I get up? Do you agree with me?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, simple, no? I think I made things very clear to you. So
Yes,
let's not talk about life as single-minded devotion. That means you should be on a track. You should not be deviated. You should not be confused. If you think that you want to be a good person, let's be a good person first. Then we'll be doctors, engineers, and other things. If you think I want to become this one, stick to it. That is what I want to tell you. Stick to it. Whatever comes your way, there will be lots of difficulties on your path, but stick to it and work for it. It's not like sticking, oh, I want to be a doctor, but then I get up at 9 o'clock. I don't work hard and I will be a doctor. Do you think you will be a doctor? Yes. Do you think you will be a doctor? No. So you have to work accordingly, isn't it? Isn't it better?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. That's all. So let's start step by step. The first thing that you have to do, what you are supposed to do today. That should be accomplished, that should be completed, and then we will work for your life. You understand, beta? So let's go
Yes,
step by step. Let's go step by step. The very first thing that we have to do is whatever you have decided for today, that should be completed. That means you should not take today's work tomorrow. Am I clear?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you promise me that you will work accordingly, and how happy you will be. You will have so much of time to work on, you know. You understand, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now today we start with a new chapter, lesson number 4. Lesson number 3 we have finished, right, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
What is lesson number 4? You will have the material uh, maybe in the evening or in the afternoon. I will send you the material of lesson 3, beta,
Okay,
because I
ma'am.
have to finish with boys as well. So when I finish with boys, I will send you the material to both of you. Okay?
Okay,
So
ma'am.
here we start with the new chapter, lesson number 4, materials, metals and non-metals. So you see this? Shown you metals as well as non-metals. Let's understand what exactly we are going to do in lesson number 4. Let's start with it. Hello.
Yes,
Start with it.
ma'am.
Start.
You are familiar with a number of materials like iron, aluminium, copper, etc. Can you name the materials which are metals? Metals can be distinguished from non-metals on the basis of their physical and chemical properties.
Thank you, Beta. Well read. Nicely you have read. That's good. We know lots of materials, for example, iron. I think you are aware of iron. Iron nails, yes.
Yes,
Almira made up of iron. There are lots of things made up of iron. Aluminium. Aluminium, aircraft is made up of aluminium. Then we have got the cooking vessels, which is made up of aluminium. Copper, we store water in copper. It's a bit of orange colored metal. You must have seen the copper wires. Yes, better. It's
yes,
a bit of orange. Yes. Now these are the metals. Now you can differentiate these metals from non-metals. How? Based on physical properties. Now what is called physical properties, beta? Look wise. How does it look? When you look at something, that is called as physical. Do you understand? That is
yes,
whether it is shiny, how does it look, whether it is triangle, whether it is square, whether it is circular. These are all the features in physical appearance. Chemical properties. What is the meaning of chemical properties, Beta? What it is made up of, what is inside that substance or the object, that is the chemical properties. Hope you understood.
yes, ma'am.
How does it look is the physical properties, and what it is made up of is the chemical properties. Is it clear to all of you, Beta? 8th standard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Read, Beta.
Occurrence of metals and non-metals. Out of the 92 naturally occurring elements, 70 are metals and about 22 are non-metals. Some elements show properties of both metals and non-metals. They are called metalloids.
Continue.
Only some metals like gold, silver, platinum, etc. are found in the free state. Most metals are found in the combined states as oxides,
Oxides, oxides,
oxides,
sulfides, sulfides,
sulfides,
carbonates.
silicates,
Yes,
etc.
very good. Done.
Some non-metals are found in the free state like helium, neon,
Helium. Better read properly. Helium. Put off your mic first of all. Helium, neon, argon. Read it again.
helium, neon, argon,
Argon.
argon, etc.
Continue.
And some are found in free and combined states like sulfur, phosphorus, etc.
Thank you, Vita. Now, where do you find these metals and non-metals? Okay. In all, we have 92 elements found in nature. How many elements we have, Vita? 92. which is available in nature. Out of this 92, the 70 elements are metallic and 22 are non-metals. Okay, beta?
Yes.
And again, there are some combinations of both the properties, like metallic properties and non-metallic properties in one element. In certain cases, we are finding the combination of metal and non-metal. Those objects are known as metalloids. What are they known as, beta?
Metalloids.
Metalloids. So metalloids have got both the properties, metallic as well as non-metallic. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you? I'm getting only Misbah's answer. What about rest of you, beta? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you, are you able to understand?
Yes.
All of you? Okay. If you have any problem, just stop me, okay? Fine? Just stop me right away. Now, for example, some metals, for example, gold, silver, platinum. They're very expensive. You know that, right? Gold is also expensive, silver also. Platinum is the most expensive. Then comes gold and then silver. Now, they are observed in a free state. What is the meaning of free state? That means they don't combine with anything, they don't react with anything. That's why they are called as free state. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Generally, other metals
Yes.
they react. Generally, other metals they react. So that is a formation of combined state. What it is called as combined state. That means they react. Free state means they don't react. Do you understand the difference?
Yes.
Yes. That's the reason that we can wear gold and silver, isn't it? We can wear gold and silver. Why do we wear gold and silver? Can you wear iron? No, because iron rust. It will harm your body. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So gold does not react. Silver at times it reacts with our sweat and it becomes black. You must have observed this observation. Have you seen silver becoming black? Have you ever observed silver is getting oxidized? Okay.
Yes.
Now, yeah, so it becomes black. So there are certain metals which we have, which they combine with oxygen and form oxides, combine with sulfur, form sulfides, combine with carbon dioxide to form carbonates, and silica to silicates. Hope this much is understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there are we have talked about metals. Now we come to non-metals. So there are non-metals as well. The exceptional cases, for example, helium, neon, argon. They are stable gas. What are they? They are gas. Okay? They are observed in a free state. That means they don't react. They don't react with anyone. So hence they are observed in the free state. Okay, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And some gases are there, not gases, non-metals are there. They are found in both free as well as combined state. For example, sulfur, phosphorus, and other things. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
This is lead. Lead is your graphite, you know, that pencil lead, you know, pencil. You write with
Yes.
the help of pencil, that is lead. What it is called as? Lead. This is
Like,
the, yeah. Then you got a tin. And here you can see gold, then platinum, and this is copper. Can you see the color of copper? That's what I want to tell you. This is the color of copper. Okay?
Yes.
And this is platinum, very expensive. And this is gold. Yes, beta?
ma'am, can I?
Yeah, Modesa, is that you?
No,
Ma'am, can I?
fissa.
Pizza. Okay.
Metals. A metal is a material, an element, compound, or al-
Alloy. Alloy.
alloy that is a typical hard, opaque,
Typically.
shiny,
Typically.
typic, typically
Typically,
hard,
beta.
typically hard, opaque, shiny, and
Opaque.
has
Beta. Opaque.
opaque, shiny, and has a good electrical and thermal conductivity. Metals are generally
Malleable.
um,
Malleable.
malleable, that is, taken and hammered or pressed permanently out of shape without breaking or cracking, as well as
Peter, wait,
fusible.
wait. There's a dash. Can you see the dash over there?
Yes.
Then why didn't you wait, Peter? You're mixing everything. The meanings are changing, Peter. So you have to wait.
Okay.
Here, it's a
Breaking.
break of meaning. Then it becomes fusible. It was malleable this much. And then it's the fusible stuff. So you're mixing both of them. Don't do that. Okay?
Breaking or cracking, as well as fusible, able to be fused or metaled, and
Melted.
ductile, melted, and ductile, able to be drawn out into a thin wire. About 91 of the 118 elements in the periodic table are metals. Some elements appear in both metallic and non-metallic forms. Example: gold, silver, iron, copper, and etc.
Thank you. So what is a metal? It is a material. Now it could be element, and I think I've told you what is the difference element and the compound, Peter. Element is an atom, right? One thing. For example, let's talk about Na. Na is an element, right, beta? It is an element. And NaCl is a compound. You understand?
Yes.
Now you got the difference between element and a compound, beta? So compound is made up of element, and element is the basic form. Is it understandable to all of you?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes? Okay. And alloy is a mixture of metals. What is alloy, beta? It is a mixture of metals. Raw material, that is a raw material. And out of that we purify. Is this clear? So I'm not taking up alloy
Yes.
because it is not there in the portion, so I'm not touching it more. Only you should understand the difference between element and compound. And I told you. Now this metal is generally very hard, solid, hard, opaque. Now what is the meaning of opaque, beta? You cannot see through. What is opaque? You cannot see through. First one is what? Transparent. You know what is transparent? Glass, right, beta? You can see
Yes.
through. Then we have translucent. That means we can make out what is there next to um, on the other side. What is there on the other side that we can make out. But exactly what it is, we won't be able to make out. That is called translucent. Now, translucent are the tinted glasses, right, beta? Opaque is black glass. Opaque is black glass. That means it is filmed. You cannot make out who is on the other side. Is this clear? The difference between transparent,
Yes,
translucent, and opaque. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
Yes? Okay. And it is glossy. Glossy means shiny, very bright. Now, it's a good conductor of electricity as well as heat. We know that. So, it has got electrical and thermal conductivity. That means a good conductor of heat and electricity. Am I clear?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you have observed blacksmith hammering red hot iron. Have you ever observed blacksmith working with iron? They hammer it to make it sheet. Now the property of metal, obviously you cannot hammer a metal if it is not hot. You can't do that. So they make it hot so it softens up and then they beat it up. So hammering a metal into thin sheet is the property which is known as malleable. What it is known with a malleable. What is this property, beta? They can be hammered or pressed permanently. Now, when you hammer it, it does not break, it does not crack. That is the property of the metal. Is it understandable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So, first property is malleable. Now we come to the second property. Second property is fusible. What is the meaning of fusible, beta? You can melt it. Gold, you can melt it. Silver, you can melt, right, beta? And then after melting only, we can get ornaments. What do you say? Now, I want to sell my gold ornaments. What do? I go to the market. That person takes and then he melts it. He melts the whole ornament to get the amount of gold, how much amount of gold it has. You understand what I'm trying to say? The purity of gold can be found when it is melted. So the property of melting of metal is called as fusibility. Is it clear? So that's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
second property.
Yes,
This is the
ma'am.
second property. Third property is ductile. That means you can draw it into a wire. You can pull it into a wire. The metals can be pulled into a wire. This property is called as ductility. So what we have learned about metal, it is first one is hard, opaque, shiny, then it is malleable, it is fusible, and it is ductile. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we have 118 elements in the periodic table. Out of 118 elements, periodic table is a table which is containing metals, non-metals, and metal alloys. Is it clear? When you come to ninth standard, you will come to know about everything in detail. Do you get me, Vita? So whatever is not required, I am not going to teach you right now. Do you understand? So periodic table you are going to learn in detail in ninth standard. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a table which has got metals, non-metals, and metal alloys. Now, out of that 91, they are metals, and some are observed in both metallic and non-metallic form. That is, you should know it is called metalloid. Example: gold, silver, iron, copper. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, these are non-metals. Diamond is non-metal. Why it's non-metal, beta? Because diamond is made up of carbon. Tell me. Diamond is made up of carbon. You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's why the carbon is non-metal. Carbon is non-metal because it is in a powdery form. Yes, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
You can see over here also. This is carbon, this is phosphorus, and this is sulfur. It's on powder form. Can you see this?
Yes.
So they are non-metals. Yes, beta. Is the font
No.
okay?
Yes.
Non-metals.
Non-metals. In chemistry, a non-metal or non-metal is a chemical element that mostly lacks metallic attributes. Physically, non-metals tend to be highly
Volatile.
easily vaporized, have low
Beta,
elasticity,
don't repeat. If you have a habit of repeating, take care that you try to avoid. Okay, beta?
okay,
Because in one line you
and
have repeated three times. I'm counting it,
and
so try to avoid it.
and are good insulators of heat and electricity. Chemically, they tend to have high high they
Ionization,
have high ionization energy and electron
electronegativity, negativity,
electronegativity negativity values
values.
and gain or share electrons when they react with other elements or compounds. 17 elements are generally classified as nonmetals. Most are gases: hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, fluoro, flu- fluorine, neon, chlorine, argon, krypton, xenon, and
Read on.
Radon. Radon. One is a liquid, bromine, and a
Bromine.
few are solids, bromine, uh, and a few are solids, carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, selenium, and iodine.
Right. It's quite difficult to read out, which is all new terminology. There are certain things that we are not going to touch from this slide because that will be kept for the next session, that is ninth standard. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Girls, okay. Now, non-metal. Let's talk about non-metal. Metals we have done. Do you remember what are the attributes of metals? What are the physical features and the chemical features of metals? What are the properties of metals? Are you aware of it? Then only we can understand non-metals. Girls,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, you remember the features of metals? You remember or you have forgotten?
Yes, ma'am.
So now, non-metal is also an element. Now, it does not have any metallic features. That's clear? Physically, if you see, these non-metals, they are, you can, vaporize it. That means when you give heat, it becomes vapor. That is the first feature of non-metal. You cannot pull it. That means there's no elasticity. And they are good insulators of heat and electricity. That means, uh, what is the meaning of insulator? That means they are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Am I right? What are metals? Good
Yes.
conductors of heat and electricity. And now what is written over here? Insulator. If it is insulator, then what is the other word? It is poor conductor. Am I right, Beta?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you got it? So
Yes.
non-metals are poor conductors of
Yes,
heat
ma'am.
and electricity. Yes? And the first property is that when you give them heat, it vaporizes. What is the meaning of vaporizing? It becomes vapor. It goes in the gaseous form. Do you understand? That's the property of non-metals. Okay. Now, regarding chemically, we are not going to talk about chemically because that is this portion is of ninth standard, so we will not touch it. 17 elements are non-metals. Mostly they are gases. This is what that you have to understand. Mostly non-metals are gases. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What are they? Hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, fluorine, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. All these are gases and they are non-metals. Is this clear? Sometimes you have to mug it up. Because here there's no meaning as such. You have to just learn the names, right, Beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so you have to learn it. Out of that, not out of that, something extra is the liquid. So we got gas and liquid. So the liquid is bromine. What is liquid, Beta? Bromine.
Bromine.
And certain non-metals are solids. Can you see the solids? Now they are carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, selenium, and iodine. So we have got gases in the form of these gases. Then we have liquid, only one liquid that is bromine, and some of them are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are solids. Is this clear? This is
Yes,
regarding non-metals. This is regarding non-metals. Is this clear to all of you?
yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Now we'll see one by one what are the physical properties of metal. As it is, we have seen it. Now we are separating it and detailing it. Okay? So in a broader manner, we are going to run one by one the physical properties of metals. Yes, Vita.
Hardness and softness. Metals are generally hard in nature. Metals are in nature.
We have read it.
Example
Example.
iron, copper, gold, etc.
Okay. Thank you. Now, if we talk about metals, the first physical feature about metal is its hardness. Can you hear me, Beta?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. It is hardness. Very hard. They are very tough, rigid. Which metal I'm talking about here? Which is this metal, Beta? First, this is metal.
Iron.
Iron. Very good. Iron is the metal. That rust, remember that. It rusts. If you don't put oil, it will rust. Which is this metal, beta?
Gold.
Gold. Very good. So these are called as gold. Gold bars. They are bars. They're not biscuits, okay? So they are gold bars. So is it clear about the metal, the first features of metal, that it is very, very hard. Okay? Second, what is the feature of the second one, beta? What is written?
Lustrous.
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 No, no,
Lustrous.
lustrous. Say with me,
Lustrous.
lustrous. Very good.
Lustrous.
So it's a new
Metals
word.
have luster, I
Is it a
think
new
so.
word? Lustrous.
Lustrous.
Is it a
Metals
new
have
word?
lust. Yes, I think so.
Yes. He thinks so. Have you ever come across?
No.
Okay.
Metals have luster. This means they are shiny. Example gold, copper, silver, iron, etc.
Okay. So it's a new word to all of you, most probably. So lustrous means shiny. What is the meaning of lustrous? Shiny. See
Shiny.
how it shines. Can you see this? The metal shines.
Yes.
Okay. The gold shines. Can you see this? Gold bars. So gold, copper, silver, iron, etc. They have got luster. So what is the first property? Hard. What is the second property? Luster. Is it clear? And now we'll see the third property. Read better.
Density. Metals have high density. Example iron, copper, gold, etc.
Okay. Now metals have high density. That means they have got. So what is density? It is mass per volume. Please put off a mic. Check whose mic is on.
Rajani Sakina
Tell her. Rajani Sakina
and Sunira.
and
Zareen.
Beta, please put off a mic. Thank you. So the density of solid is generally high. Let's see over here. If the density is high, so how do they feel?
Heavy.
They feel
Heavy.
heavy. Now you understand when you pick up any metal, you find it heavy. Why? Because of high density. Now why do they have high density? Let's see. I'm giving you all the explanation better. Read.
Structure of metals. Explanation. Metals have high density because there is
Density, beta.
little
Hello, it is density.
density. uh, High density because there is a little empty space between atoms. Between the atoms. Atoms are packed close together in a metal.
Okay. Now first question is why metals have got high density? Because you see the space, there's no space. Please put off a mic. How many times do I have to tell you, beta? I repeat, put off your mics. So you can see little space in between. So there's no space in such, we can say there's no space between the atoms. So they're so close to each other. That's why the density is high. Okay? That's why the density is high. So they're heavy. What is the fourth one? Fourth
Melting
property?
and boiling point.
Heat.
Melting and boiling point. Metals have high melting and boiling point. Example iron, copper, gold, aluminium, etc.
Okay. What does that mean? That when you're melting it, at a high temperature it melts. So high melting point means the temperature that you have to give to the metals, it has to be high. You understand? It will not melt at 20 degrees Celsius. It will melt at maybe 100, 120, 130 degrees Celsius. Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. So the melting point is high. That means it takes lots of temperature to melt. Similarly, example iron, copper, gold, and aluminum. This is gold. First one you can see is gold. This is how the gold is melted. Okay, and this is the metal. Metal is being melted. This is steel. Can you see the steel? It's on the
Yes.
flame.
Yes.
Now we'll see physical properties of metals and non-metals together. Please read.
Physical properties of metals and nonmetals. You know that the shape of the iron nail and the aluminum wire changed on beating. If they were beaten harder, this could be changed into sheets. You might be familiar with silver foil used for decorating sweets. Decorating sweets. You must also be familiar with the aluminium foil used for wrapping food. The, pro- the, pro- the property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. This is a characteristic of a property of metals. As you must have not noticed, materials like coal and pencil lead do not show this property.
It is lead, better. What is
Lead,
this? Lead. It is not
lead,
lead. Lead is this one. You should know what you are reading better. This is what?
lead.
Read. That is lead. L-I-D. This is lead. Okay, you got the difference, class?
Yes,
All of you got the difference? Lead and lead. Okay? Yes or no?
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Lid is the cover. Lid is the dhakkan. It is the cover. And lead is the pencil, metal. Okay? The graphite. That is lead. Now the iron nail. Now you are beating iron nail. The shape changes, yes or no?
Yes,
Aluminium wire you take, you beat it. The shape changes. Okay? Now you keep on beating. That round shape of the nail will become flat. Am I right?
yes,
Same way, silver foil. You know silver foil for decorating sweets on the laddus. You can see the silver fine papers on the laddus and on sweets. Decorating
yes,
paper. Yes, that is what? That is silver for decorating sweets. That's malleability. Aluminium foil for keeping your food warm. Have you seen aluminium foil for
yes,
wrapping food? Now, what are these? This is all metals. Now, they are made into thin sheets. This property is known as malleability. What is this property, beta?
ma'am.
malleability.
Malleability. All of you got this?
Yes, ma'am.
So, this
Yes,
is the feature of metals. This is the very important feature of metals. Okay? Hello?
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
Now let's come to the non-metals. For example, coal and pencil. When you hammer it, for example, your pencil drops from your hand, it falls down. The lid, not the lid, the lead breaks. Yes or no?
Yes.
yes,
Because it's non-metal. If it would have been metal, do you think it will break? No, it will not break. But it is non-metal, so it breaks. Similarly, coal, kolsa, in Gujarati we call it kolsa. You hammer it, it breaks
yes,
into pieces. It breaks into pieces. Have you observed that?
Yes.
yes,
You cannot make it into thin sheet. Can you make it into thin sheet? The lead and the coal? No.
No,
It
no,
breaks into pieces. That is the property of non-metal. Any problem, tell me.
no, ma'am.
How did you understand today's session?
Easily.
easily.
Cross your heart and say, but not for me. Don't ever say that ma'am will not be feeling good about it if I say that I did not follow. No, not that way. Just be honest. Have you really understood nicely? Class
Yes.
say
Yes,
all of you. It's not ones and twos. All of you, the whole class who are present with me. Have you understood it beautifully? Hmm? All of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, beta. So no difficulty whatsoever, right, beta?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we can say bye to each other.